It's time. The moment y'all been waiting for. Squid Game 2 is finally here. It's been a little over 3 years since the first season took the world by storm, became a cultural phenomenon, and we're back here for more finally. We'll get right into it here. The story picks up. Again, it's about a real time here, about a little over 3 years since Gi-hun's won the games, won the $45.6 billion won. And has his life been great ever since? I think we all know the answer to that. No, no, it is not. So he's enlisted the help of several independent contractors around the area. His main goal here is retribution. He wants to infiltrate the games, find out who's putting them on, and put it into them for good. So the story does follow multiple storylines, just like last time. Obviously, Ki-hoon, we know his. The police officer from last time as well has returned, trying to find his missing brother. And obviously, if you remember the events of the end of season one, he doesn't. So that is still going on. That chase, that search is still happening. First thing we're gonna get into here is the characters. What I love about this series the most are the characters. I think what they're able to do in such a small amount of time, make such compelling depth, full of depth characters. It's truly remarkable. And that's just a credit to the writing of Dong-hyuk. The front man has a big role this time around as well, so we get a little bit more on him. Won't get into any spoilers, but try to keep it as spoiler minimal as possible. Um, but again, there's characters. There's the antagonists, the strong ones going against the weak, the annoying antagonists that we all know and love. They're here this time around. Obviously, there's a bunch of protagonists as well. Some people that you may recognize, some people, obviously a lot of new people as well here. There's a trans character that I think they handled very well, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this character's writing as well. But again, they also get into some things here that they touch on in season one. They really go more into depth here in Squid Game 2. And that's the people that run the game and not in the way you think. So we get a little bit more behind the scenes look at what drives some of the people who make the games work. We also get a in-depth look at how they're able to keep these a secret as long as they have, even though there's maybe some people trying to uncover it. But again, the number one thing about this show, like I said, is the characters. And that's a credit to the writing. And there's just so much to unpack. We'll get into the aesthetic and the visuals. A little teaser behind me, as you can see. But that's scratching the surface. Yes, at the end of the day, it's a very violent, viscerally violent show. It's brutal. It can be sickening. It'll make some people squeamish, but that's just surface level. At the end of the day, this show really is about so much more. It's a look at class division. It's a look at poverty and the struggle of people. And for me, the biggest thing is it's the downfall of humanity. Humanity is on full display there, whether they're outside looking for people looking to uncover the secrets, or they're inside there trying to survive. And you see good humanity, the bad humanity at the same time, and the downfall of it all going on. As I mentioned, they would do touch on some things from season one. The voting process is exemplified here this time around. There's a little bit more of an in-depth look at what goes on behind the scenes when the games are going on too, as well as there's some organization and division as well. And I won't get into too much. You can kind of figure that out as you can tell. The acting here is again, like we talk about the characters, that only works with the acting. Thanos is a great character addition. The front man, Lee Byung-hun, is a great. He has so much more to do this time around. There's so many more characters. I don't want to spoil anything. It's an easy 10 out of 10 for me. I had so much fun with it. I flew through these episodes. And there's really, I have no complaints aside from the fact that I didn't know ahead of time, and I'm going to let you all know this now. This is a part one of what's to come. So you're going to notice as you fly through these episodes, the games may not be progressing as quickly as you think they would. You're wondering how they're going to wind this up by a certain point, and they're not. This is a part one. It does not feel cheap. It is not a disservice. It's the credit to the writing that you're left wanting more. And to my knowledge, they did film this back to back, so there will be more very shortly on the way as they can culminate this, at least the finale of what this chapter looks to be. Gi-hun obviously as our central protagonist, but there are more this time around. And that's Jung-jae is fantastic. He's become a bit of a household name since Star Wars, or since this joining Star Wars in the process. And he does a great job here as well. Compelling, ferocious, the intensity's back. Everything you know and love is there. And you get into more of the backstory of what drove him in the first place as he sees other people fall into that same mistake. Like I said, easy 10 out of 10. It's now streaming on Netflix, all 7 episodes. You're going to fly right through them. I know I did. I can't wait for more. Please leave a like, comment. If you liked it, loved it, hated it, let me know why. I didn't want to thank I really want to thank the creator, Dong-hyuk, because without him, this show doesn't exist. I truly believe there's nothing like this in circulation right now, whether it's film or television, and maybe never has and never will be again. And I know this takes a lot out of him. He's recently said that he can't wait to escape to a remote island, be away from Squid Game. No, not the island where the games take place, and be away from it all. But what you've created, I want to thank you on behalf of millions that are the fans as well. You've created something that we know, we love, we are constantly surprised by, enamored with, become obsessed with, and it's a great reflection of society. So thank you. Enjoy the games, everybody. There's some returning games. And there's just, again, there's so much to unpack and so much things I didn't get into, and I don't want to. Obviously, the last thing I want to do is spoil any surprises for you all. Please go watch it yourselves. Like I said, now streaming on Netflix. What better way to spend the day after Christmas than with violence, terror, and some gore? Enjoy, everybody.